Hi, welcome back. So today we're going to get right into doing transcript editing on CapCut for beginners. I really enjoy this feature and I think you will too, because so often when you start off your YouTube channels, you make so many mistakes talking and sometimes you don't even realize it. Like for me, example is using so very often. And that's something that's very annoying when you listen back to your video where every other sentence coming out of your mouth has so in it. It's kind of annoying. Let's jump right in and we'll do a practice session together to show you how easy it is for you to manipulate your transcript. By the time you're finished, you're not only going to be a real pro at doing transcripts, but you'll also understand that you can manipulate and remove words, and that will actually cut the clip and the word at the same time. So in other words, if you use so very often, as I said, when you get to cut that word out, your mouth won't be moving and saying nothing. It actually removes that actual clip itself. Just that portion where you say one word. It's really quite fascinating and I hope you enjoy this. Let me know how things are going with your CapCut tutorials. Take care. And by the way, I'm Glenn. This is Tech Savvy for Seniors, and I hope you'll hit like and subscribe so that I can bring you more great content in the near future. Enjoy. So here's the video we're going to use as an example. And I'm going to say a few times just to remove the ums so that you don't hear them anymore. And as well, you're not going to hear so as often. I can pick and choose with that word how many times I want to remove the word so. And also, I'm going to make a mistake right now by saying Facebook, when in actual fact, I'm trying to say YouTube. I've done that one before. It's annoying as hell when you're halfway through your video and you really have a good train of thought going. I don't use cue cards because I find it too difficult where I'm actually looking away so often. And once my channel grows, I may buy a professional teleprompter, but right now I'm finding this is the best method for me. I've watched enough videos to know that when you go and you just keep letting your film roll because that's what somebody has advised. Don't keep stopping and starting and doing it over again and doing it over again, because when you're starting out, you'll never finish. So let's get this underway. I set enough ums in here now that when we do hit the transcript button, you won't hear any of those ums anymore. Anyway, here we go. Enjoy the video and let me know how you make out with this at the end of the day. By the way, if you're not a pro contributor and you're trying to insert something into your video, look for the symbols without the pro on it. So that way you can still use the whole program. Take care, everybody. Talk soon. Ciao. All right, let's get started. So what we're going to do now is use the transcript feature that's shown here on the screen. It's the second button over in the middle. You can see from where I'm looking at with my cursor that it says transcript and it says free above it. Touch the free transcript button in order to get started with this transcript. Okay, you can see that the ums are being crossed out. You can see that it's only working in the one section here where I have it highlighted. So make sure if you only want one small piece of your video transcribed that you only have the one highlighted. Otherwise, you may have to go in and do a few things. You can see it's fairly quick. We're already at 70 some odd percent. And once this is finished and we play it over, you're going to notice there's going to be a lot of ums gone. Here's the transcript in full. Now, this is the first word I have here, so. I don't want that word so. All I want you to hear is when I say, here's the video we're going to use as an example. So let's hit the edit button right now. We've got the so button here. We're going to delete that, get rid of so. And now you've got, here's the video you're going to see. You'll also notice that there's other words that have been blanked out already because I used a lot, and we discussed that already. I want so removed again. I'm not going to say done until I've got rid of the so's that I want. And I also want to make sure I get rid of saying Facebook, because as you might recall, I said that I was going to use Facebook when I'm actually trying to say YouTube. So I'm saying here, and also I'm going to make a mistake right now by saying Facebook when in actual fact I'm trying to say YouTube. I'm going to take the word Facebook out altogether. So I'm going to hit my delete key because I've highlighted it. Now it's going to sound weird, and you would have to do a lot of corrections here because you wouldn't want to use this whole sentence saying that you also are going to make a mistake here. You could delete the entire sentence if you want to, or the entire portion of the sentence, again, just by saying remove. So I use my left mouse to highlight it. I could say remove, and then all that you're going to hear from me is when in actual fact I'm trying to say YouTube. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but we're going to leave it in there so that you know when you listen back to this exactly what I've said. So let's keep on going. And again, I'm using so too often. My apologies. Just seems to be one of those words that it's a nice filler. So often is fine. I'm going to leave that in. I've watched enough videos to know that when you go. So we don't want that. I've watched enough videos to know that, and I'm going to say this is coming out. I'm going to delete or remove this. I'm also going to remove the word you because it's in there twice. We don't need that in there twice. So now this sentence is going to say, I've watched enough videos to know that when you just keep letting your film roll. That's exactly what you're going to hear. There won't be a pause, there won't be a cut, because as I indicated earlier, it actually is taking out the video along with the words that you're saying. So you don't see lips moving and nothing coming out. Let's take out so again down here because we don't want to use that. That way it'll start off with let's get this underway. So there's no so. I've set enough ums in here now that when we do hit the transcript button, that's fine. I can leave those ums in there because I'm explaining to you why I'm using that word so often. You said anyway, here we go. I don't need to really say that. So at this point, we're just taking that out because we don't need to use that whatsoever. Without further delay, let's listen to this playback now so you can hear exactly what it sounds like with all the corrections made. Here's the video we're going to use as an example, and I'm going to say a few times just to remove the ums so that you don't hear them anymore. And as well, you're not going to hear so as often. I can pick and choose with that word how many times I want to remove the word, when in actual fact, I'm trying to say YouTube. I've done that one before. It's annoying as hell when you're halfway through your video and you really have a good train of thought going. I don't use cue cards because I find it too difficult where I'm actually looking away so often. And once my channel grows, I may buy a professional teleprompter, but right now I'm finding this is the best method for me. I've watched enough videos to know that when you just keep letting your film roll, because that's what somebody has advised, don't keep stopping and starting and doing it over again and doing it over again, because when you're starting out, you'll never finish. Let's get this underway. I set enough ums in here now that when we do hit the transcript button, you won't hear any of those ums anymore. Well, that's it for another video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you've learned something. I know I've learned something every time I deliver a video to you. So if you liked what you saw, don't forget, like and subscribe does help grow my channel. Take care, and we'll talk to you guys really soon. Ciao.